Oh, sorry. That's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm trying to make sense out of this senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want a kick-ass t-shirt? Well, if you do, or if you just want to support SHR Media or support the show, just go to reaver.one/shop. That is REAVER.ONE/SHOP. How's everybody doing? It is... I got the news on, watching all the updates for Hurricane Matthews. And amazing, we got a lot of warnings, well, in this area and just to the east of us. And I'm on the West Coast. And I'm on a bitch because I've been down here 2005. I think I moved down here. And during that time frame, not a single hurricane or major storm was in this area. Now, my cousin, well, a couple of my family members live down here. My cousin moved down here, sold his business, came down here. And since he's moved down here just a month and a half, 2 months ago, we've had 2 friggin' hurricanes. I'm blaming my cousin. That's it. I'm just blaming him. It's all his fault. Gotta blame someone. Reading something a friend of mine posted on Facebook. She posted about how years ago, during her college days, she kind of fell in with the progressive left. Now, a lot of people, my younger years, I've admitted it. Yeah, I bought into the Democrat bullshit. And, I grew up and I learned the real world. And these college kids, they're in this bubble, a protected bubble. And it's really going to suck because once they find out the real world, it's really going to mess with them. They get out in that real world and they find out what it's really about. It's. I think that's why we have some of these idiots going kind of Looney Tunes doing these mass shootings. Bunch of liberals that are just finding out what real life, and they can't handle it. They're finding out that they're not a winner. That they don't just get everything handed to them. It just blows my mind. So, let me get actually onto the actual show. And I would have to say that Michelle Obama, she did more damage to Hillary than she did good. And I'm not saying she, like, totally destroyed Hillary, but she did more damage than good by her statement. And her statement was, we need someone who's honest and plays by the rules as the president. For number one, she sure as hell not talking about her husband, because he has done exactly the opposite. He's played by his own rules, and none of us have been able to trust him. I was hoping, and I think there was groups of conservatives that wanted him to succeed as the first black president. Not that we or any of us wanted his progressiveness to succeed, but the fact that as the first black president, we wanted to see some success. But his policies and everything he pushed, that turned us away real quick. Real quick. So he is the furthest thing from honesty and truth I could think of. Oh, and if you're hearing the noise, I have roofers at my house. They're putting in a new roof and all that. So there's a lot of banging, boom, boom. Okay. I got a Facebook and Twitter up, and someone has a video of this little girl, like maybe 6, 7 years old, and she's doing. Her dad built it like a simulated American Ninja Warrior obstacle course. It's quite funny. The kid's doing good, but it's like built from plywood and all this. It's hysterical. The kid's actually doing good and nearly fighting through it. It's not an easy obstacle course Dad built. But at a Hillary Clinton campaign, we'll get back to the article in hand. It was Tuesday in Charlotte, North Carolina. First Lady Michelle Obama delivered a fiery speech, taking direct aim at Clinton's opponent, Donald Trump. We need someone who's honest and plays by the rules, Michelle Obama said, referring to the former Secretary of State as a good replacement for her husband. Well, I'm pretty sure I had people when I said that started laughing. Come on, that was all jokes, wasn't it? That was a big joke. No, this is what she actually said. I don't know how these people say statements like this and keep a straight face. I really don't. So, this is how hurricanes fool you. They're little tricky bastards. If your home is hit by a dolphin, do not go out and see if the dolphin is okay. That's how hurricanes trick you into coming outside. I know. That's mean. Too soon? Too soon? Oh, man. It's... Oh, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Oh, and this weekend we have another presidential debate. Woohoo! Funny thing is, I actually look forward to this because I find it funny. I mean, I'm yelling at my TV and stuff, but it's funny. Part of me yelling at the TV is funny. And then, so let's see, Hillary's campaigns. Let's see. We know she has planted questions. She gets all questions brought to her in advance. Just recently, she was doing a rally in small town in Haverford, Pennsylvania. And I forget what actor she had with her. Had her nose so far up Hillary's ass, it wasn't funny. And they randomly picked this little girl to come ask a question. All right, I'm going to play this whole clip. This guy saw this and reported on it. So I'm just going to let him talk about it.
I just wanted to point out that yesterday, October 4th, during Hillary's town hall meeting in Haverford, Pennsylvania, she's resorted to using child actors to further her narrative. Let me show you. The first 18 minutes of the town hall consisted of Elizabeth Banks kissing Hillary's ass, after which she decides she's going to take questions from the audience. Here you can see the very first question asked, and this is the question that all of the media is picking up.
Hi, Madam Secretary. I'm Brennan, and I'm 15 years old. At my school, body image is a really big issue for girls my age.
I'm sorry, you don't see a 15-year-old that... I know you can't see it, but you can hear it in her voice. She's all bouncy and happy and real and energetic. A 15-year-old getting a mic in a crowd like that. Hi, so-and-so, and I got a question. They're not, hi, and she's like bouncing and her head's going back and forth, you know, like she's on a TV movie. You know, kids don't act like that.
Media is picking up.
Hi, Madam Secretary. I'm Brennan, and I'm 15 years old. At my school, body image is a really big issue for girls my age. I see with my own eyes the damage Donald Trump does when he talks about women and how they look. As the first female president, how would you undo some of that damage and help girls understand that they are so much more than just what they look like?
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I knew something was up immediately. I Googled Brennan.
Now, real quick on the other thing is, there was other people asked questions, and they got up and they asked their questions. She's reading from a piece of typed out. You can see the word, everything typed out. She has a piece of paper, reading from it on a typed out question. This is a blatant setup. And Hillary already knew the question and already knew the answer before the girl even asked it. And we'll get to that in a second, but...
And found an IMDb page that referenced a movie called Once Upon a Time, Trillium Vein. The IMDb page credits the production company as NPB Entertainment Group. I Googled that, I found their LinkedIn page, and I also found this page which shows the address of the production company, located a mere 31 miles away from the town hall. Once Upon a Time, Trillium Vein, is even on YouTube, all 39 minutes of it. It is a strange fantasy musical that I think Tim Kaine may enjoy. And there she is, right there in the foreground. That is Brennan. So I even took it one step further, and I let some software do some photo comparison. And twinsarnot.net gave her a 76% chance of being the same person. Now, don't forget that in between the town hall and the time that this movie was produced was 2 to 4 years. So she was probably 11 or 12.
So, the other part that it got cut off a little early on that version is, the girl is also the daughter of a Pennsylvania Democrat state senator. This is sad. And you want to know why I also believe this is true? Well, I don't even want to go on this. But Hillary's campaign is trying to ignore this little tidbit. But that speech within itself. At my school, body image is a really big issue for girls my age. I've never heard a 15-year-old talk like that. That was set up. The girl was too bubbly. And it's a shame that Hillary has to lower herself to such standards. She had the photo op of when she was sick on 9/11, and she came out, and that little girl came running out. You know, when are they going to sit there and stop these faked moments? Makes her look more desperate. And also, I find it funny. So Trump makes some comments about Second Amendment, and Hillary throws a hissy fit saying that he's trying to get her assassinated. But she actually calls for the droning of Julian Assange, and it was a joke.
The guy, did you ever joke about droning Assange?
Well, I don't know anything about what he's talking about, and I don't recall any joke. It would have been a joke if it had been said, but I don't recall that.
So it's okay for her to actually say that she wants to, and there's supposedly some video out there of her saying something to the effect of, what would it take to get him droned? That's okay. But she throws hissy fits and screams he's trying to have her assassinated, all this. Where's the media flipping out about this? Where's the Secret Service running to her, or the FBI investigating? Oh, well, we already know what happens when the FBI investigates her. They roll over like a cheap dog. I'm sorry for insulting cheap dogs. That was low. It's quite amusing to me. It's. I think you'll have one person leaving the United States truly if Trump becomes president. And that's Hillary Clinton. I think she'll be running scared. Damn, they're being quiet all of a sudden. Nothing like trying to sleep and have roofers on top of your house and bang-a-bang-a-bang. So Hillary, Hillary has bought in thousands in ads on the Weather Channel in Florida. So as they're reporting on the hurricane, she'll get her ad seen by thousands and millions of people. Talk about a scumbag trying to fucking profit off of a tragedy. Thank God, that would turn me off within itself. Oh my God. Holy, that one just, you got to be sick in the head. That is desperation. Scary part is, there's people that'll probably buy into that. All right, we're going to take an early break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Planet Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to watch the broadcast, well, you can't right now. I took the feed down for a little bit. I'm hoping to have it back up Monday. If you want to support the show and support SHR Media, go to reaver.one/shop. Where are we at? Where are we at? Besides, I'm in Florida. I'm blaming my cousin. I'm telling you, I'm blaming my cousin. I'm blaming him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. None. Nothing was good. Weather was good. The whole time. He moves down. And we get hurricanes. It's going to be one of those days. Every day's one of those days. Hold on 1 second. I'm sending a Facebook to my aunt. I know I should be doing this afterwards, but I won't remember. So I'm sending a Facebook to my aunt, blaming her son for the hurricanes. I know that's pretty bad, but it's just funny. And if you don't get it, sorry. I don't know. It's going to be a long day. Living in Reseda. So, see, where are we at? I didn't even know where we are. I got kind of lost. So, also, one of the reasons I had to have the roof replaced is I had a big goddamn hole. And it's where I have like these ornament little part of roof things. I don't know how to explain it. But it created a little valley where the water came rushing down. And, well, there's a freaking hole in the roof. And, bitched and moaned. And I was just talking to a roofer because he dropped something into my garage, and that's why we went to break early, because he was at my door. And lo and behold, there was no flashing in that area. So the amount of water that comes rushing down, it builds up a puddle in that area. And I mean, it comes rushing down because it's like where three sections of my roof come together. And they never put any flashing in that area. Cheap-ass builders. It doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me one bit. Oh, man. So, now, I remember there was a big to-do about the VA. Obama promised to get to the bottom of it. And every time Obama says he's going to get to the bottom of something, I just start cringing. Why? Because every time he has said that he's going to get to the bottom of something, he's done jack shit about it. And I'm serious, he's done nothing. Every time he has said that, he's done nothing. And he hasn't done nothing to get to the bottom of the VA. And yes, I'm also blaming him because it was brought to his attention there was an issue. He promised to get to the bottom of it. And number two, he's the president. The buck stops there. I mean, everybody loves to blame Bush on shit. Well, you know what? This guy hasn't done shit on any of the problems that have popped up underneath his watch. Did he cause it? No. Did he fix it? Hell no. Did he make it worse? Hell yeah. Now we have 200 veterans die waiting for care at a Phoenix VA hospital. And they just keep backing up more and more. And are they doing anything? One of the ideas I like, you keep the VA in place, but you make it so that if they can't get within a certain amount of time, they can go anywhere they want. Our military personnel can go to any doctors, and the bill is sent to the military. I'm not trying to, I'm attacking the VA because too many of our vets are dying. Too many. And it's ridiculous. Some of the veterans were waiting 6 months or longer for treatment. And the staff are canceling appointment for questionable reasons. How the hell can these medical personnel do their job and go home and sleep, knowing that they are killing our military? I couldn't even do that to a regular citizen, knowing I was killing them, let alone doing that to a veteran, someone who helped fight for the country. And I don't care if you say you're just doing your job. Well, there's hundreds of Nazis that were just doing their job. In fact, they had a choice, do that or die. But yet a lot of them still get convicted till this day. And no, I'm not sticking up for Nazis. It's just sometimes some of them didn't have a choice. Some did. We're too picky, choosy when it comes to excuses. Allowing, well, they would get fired if they didn't do that. So they had no choice. Yeah, they did. You can find another job. You can't get another life. So, Sackhead Sean put up that meme about the hurricane and the dolphin, and I put too soon, and I forgot to put a question mark, being a smartass. So, Sackhead Sean actually thought I was scolding him. And it's just, I forgot to put a question mark. Bad, Sackhead. Bad. You're grounded, Sackhead. Oh. So, I got to tell the story since it happened to me. And Sean, I texted Sackhead Sean last night because I knew he would find it funny. So those that listen to the show know I have some medical issues going on. And my neck was really bothering me last night, the muscles. And so I asked my wife, and we have the BioFreeze, and it's like, remember those deodorant roll-ons? Well, that's our BioFreeze. It's, a little roll-on. I take my shirt off, and she's getting my neck and back for me. And I turn around to thank her. And before I get the shirt on, I turn, and she takes that roll-on and goes over my nipple. I just looked at her. I was like, you're a bitch. And within minutes, the burning that was happening on my nipple, I was like, And that's my wife. That's my life. I'm not mad at her or anything. It was funny as hell. I really was laughing about it. Here we go again. There we go. Do we? I don't know. It's like all of a sudden, the left channel just went poof, gone. It's... My wife will do that stuff out of nowhere, and I do find it very funny. I do. But at the time, I didn't think it was funny because that hurt. Because it did hurt. So, yeah, that Sean told on the Sackhead show last night, and my wife was like sitting there, dancing in the place, almost doing a Charlie Brown, or excuse me, a Snoopy dance. So I told her, I'm going to get her back. One day when she's sleeping, I'm going to take some BioFreeze and put it on her feminine products. Now, this is funny. So one of the Eagles recently has done some stupid shit, and I haven't really gotten to it all. So the defensive coordinator said, you do dumbass things, pretty soon you're going to be labeled as a dumbass. know what? Like it says, you do enough stupid shit, pretty soon you're going to get labeled. So Twitter is in a spiral. It sucks. During that little hiatus that I had to take, there's rumors that Twitter is up for sale, and there's several companies looking at buying it, and which it will mean that the CEO will be fired. But another executive has left the company. He was the vice president of finance. He left and joined Pinterest. Who's it? Todd Morganfield. He will become Pinterest's chief financial officer, is the third high-level executive to lead the company in the space of 2 months after their head of corporate policy and vice president of communications departed in mid-August. He previously worked at firms such as Hewlett-Packard and Goldman Sachs, with Pinterest telling Fortune they were excited to bring someone to the company with a wide range of experience, from HP to military to the fast-paced environment like Twitter. I can tell you right now, I could fix Twitter's problem probably about a 5-10 minute span. Fire their CEO and get their old CEO back. That simple. Get the policies back so they're stop suspending conservative Twitter personnel. What's the hell is that? Jack, I know he's a jack off. Jack Dorsey. And wait a minute, it's not Jack, is it? Nah, that. No. Get rid of him. Trying to find something real quick. Oh, whatever. The CEO that they have is running the company into the ground. They were doing pretty good when their last CEO was there. This jackass throws a coup, and from day one, the company has been going downhill from there. He has been pushing his progressive socialist agenda through Twitter, and it's just sent Twitter in a downward death spiral since then. And I don't know how the board has sat there and allowed this to go on. I mean, if I was a stockholder, I would be throwing a lawsuit against the board members because they are not doing what they're supposed to do. And they are supposed to be doing what's best for the stockholders. And they're not. They are allowing this executive to run the company square into the ground. Personally, I couldn't give a shit about Twitter. I've said it plenty of times. The only reason why I'm on it is because of my show. Otherwise, I would not be doing Twitter. It's not my cup of tea. But I also see the downward death spiral that's going in right now. In July alone, their shares dropped by 9%. They have been discriminating against conservative media nonstop. And it's, what is it? In the next few weeks, they think it's going to be sold to either Disney or Microsoft as the top likely buyers. It's, I don't know. There is a alternative that's still in beta testing. It's like gab.ai, something like that. And I've been in a line waiting to join it for months now. And I don't know. But I'm still laughing at bum, 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 bum. It's still funny to me, these idiots that anything the left grabs hold of, they've run it right into the ground. Because it's not facts, it's not stats that run their any of their adventures. It's emotion and feelings. Oh, that is not exactly what you want running, well, a company. I'll see if Disney or Microsoft buying it out, if they'll actually straighten it out and go back to, listen, I don't want to see people making death threats or actual racist comments. But they've gone across that line, and they're censoring people because it's speech that they don't like. And the left is labeling anything they don't like as hate speech. Well, that goes to my point. The only way they can win is by censoring facts. So, it's... I don't know who did this little PSA, but I love it. I love this new PSA that came out. And it's kind of a slap in the face to these famous actors who did an ad for Hillary Clinton. And they came out telling how important this election is, because I guess no election before. I mean, we've heard it for the last several elections. This is an important election. Oh, this is important election. Every goddamn election is important, you half-witted nerve herders. But these celebrities, and particularly movie stars, have an irritating tendency to believe that just because they were in that big movie, the American public should automatically care about their political opinion or which candidate they're going to vote for in this year's election. That's why so many of them are apparently lining up to do not at all subtle anti-Donald Trump voter registration public service announcement. And some of them really need to look at the actual facts of what's going on. Because every time these leftist liberals open their mouth anymore, people are tired of it. And their movies are tanking. Their shows are tanking. Their products are tanking. So let's take a listen to this PSA because I found it hysterical.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 8th. I know this because some famous actors told me.
Thanks, famous actors.
Thanks, famous actors.
Thanks, famous actors.
I had no idea.
No idea.
I was just thinking sometime in December, maybe January.
Wait, it's this year?
Hold on.
I thought it was over. It turns out this election is important. Really.
And I'm having a little bit of issue here, so let me see something. Bum. Just take me 1 second. And I don't know if you guys can hear that playing because it was really, 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 really low. So we're just going to switch. Nope. Nope. All right. So I didn't notice it. Where is it? So this is we'll play the actual PSA first.
The most important decisions in its history.
We didn't release a PSA video on
You have an obligation
to be a part of that decision.
You might think it's not important. You might think you're not important.
But that's not true. And the only way we can prove that to you is by having lots of famous people.
Lots of famous people.
Lots and lots of famous people.
Just a shit ton of famous people.
Repeating how important.
Important.
How important it is.
Register.
Vote.
There's so many famous people.
Some of us aren't as famous, but still pretty famous.
Like, you've seen us somewhere.
Sometimes a not famous person will be mixed in with the famous ones.
They drive the message home
because of their unpolished sincerity.
Their unpolished sincerity.
But you only get this many famous people together if the issue's
one that truly matters to all of us.
A disease or
ecological crisis or
a racist, abusive coward who could permanently damage the fabric of our society.
Do the math. Do we really want to give nuclear weapons to a man whose signature move is firing?
Firing things?
But we can end this nightmare before it begins.
We can save the day.
For our children.
For our children.
For our children.
For our communities. For our communities.
For our communities.
For America.
For America. For America.
All it takes is all of us.
All of us.
All of us.
We cannot pretend both sides are equally unfavorable.
We can't say one vote doesn't matter.
Your vote matters.
Your vote matters. It affects everything.
Not just the presidency, but the Senate.
The House.
Your local officials.
Immigration.
Student debt. Common sense gun laws.
The Supreme Court.
See, this isn't just an election. It's a tipping point.
For the country.
For the world.
For your world.
If you don't know how or where to register,
go to savetheday.vote.
Savetheday.vote.
Make yourself heard.
Tell the world that you care about what happens to it.
And if you do vote
and help protect this country from fear and ignorance.
Mark will do a nude scene in his next movie.
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo
will do a nude scene in his next movie.
Wait, what?
Mark will do a nude scene.
Mark's gonna have his dick out.
Full Monty.
Full Marky.
Yeah, that's why I want to go and vote. So that was even sicker than I thought. And this was the anti-PSA.
Today is Tuesday, November 8th. I know this because some famous actors told me.
Thanks, famous actors.
Thanks, famous actors.
Thanks, famous actors.
I had no idea.
No idea. I was just thinking sometime in December, maybe January.
Wait, it's this year?
I thought it was over.
It turns out this election is important.
Really important.
Really important.
Really, really important.
Because I thought it was, no big deal.
Again, thanks, famous actors, because it's times like these when we realize just how lucky we are to have
famous Hollywood actors.
To guide us.
They know stuff we just don't know.
Stuff we can't know.
Because we're not famous actors.
And they're not just acting smart.
They are smarter.
And thank goodness they made it clear that we must vote for Hillary.
I could have made a terrible mistake without their help.
I thought Clinton deleting all those emails was
dishonest and corrupt.
And put our national security at risk.
But now we know it was all just an accident.
Just an accident.
It was just an accident.
An accident that could happen to any of us. I mean, who among us
couldn't accidentally hit the delete button 30,000 times?
30,000 times?
30,000 times.
I'm actually quite embarrassed. I was going to vote for Trump before checking with, Scarlett and
Robert or
that little dude who was in something.
I mean, I almost voted for Donald Trump just because he knows how to turn things around.
He wants to secure our borders,
protect our religious freedoms.
Wipe ISIS off the face of the earth.
Off the face of the earth.
Let American companies compete on an even playing field.
And let us keep more of our hard-earned money.
But now I know, thinking that way was just plain...
It was just plain... deplorable.
Let's be honest.
When a bunch of famous actors take time out of their busy day
to have their driver take them to the studio so they can look right into the camera
and share their collective wisdom and insights, well,
you just have to pay attention.
I just wish they would offer their advice more often.
Like...
where to invest my money.
How to raise my kids.
Whether I should take that job in Cincinnati.
What that lump is on my elbow.
Well, they certainly were right about one thing. Your vote really does matter.
Really does matter.
Your vote does matter.
So on November 8th, please join us in sending a loud and clear message
to each and every one of those Hollywood Einsteins.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing.
Thanks. For nothing.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, High Plains Pundit Radio, and ICRN Network. Red Nation Rising Radio, Speaker, YouTube, and iTunes. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make, sense out of the senseless. Right now I'm looking over, watching the weather, and it's kind of looking like this storm is going to circle back and hit Florida twice. Seriously, the tracking right now has it going up to like South Carolina, North Carolina area, and then making a big circle going out into the Atlantic where it can gain power again, and circling back and heading towards Florida again. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like, holy shit. Matthews doesn't like Florida. Next week it'll be heading back towards Florida again. Oh, let's see. Where are we at? Oh, that's nice. The manatees are the Florida manatee is no longer endangered. Doesn't mean we should take it off the list. It just means that we're no longer endangered. Looking at some polls and Reuters. Now, I'm not an expert at this shit, but I know common sense when I see it. And I'm not even trying to do a pun on the name of the show. Just, I know common sense when I see it. And one of the things I'm looking at is some Reuters polls. And do you know where to look at, what to look at? Hillary doesn't have the lead that they are pushing. Really, they're not. And it's the absolute ridiculous how they're trying to prop up Hillary. If it wasn't for the media propping her up, we would already be talking about a Trump presidency. It's and yes, you can't tell me that. Oh no, the rallies and the numbers there have no correlation to the election. But in 2008, 2012, the same people told us how those numbers now have to be added in, and that we need to look at social media numbers. But because that actually destroys Hillary's damn, where did that come from? Those numbers really show how bad Hillary's doing. Now it's the hell? Explosion in Trenton yesterday. Literally tipped 2 houses. I don't know. But yeah, you can't tell me all these numbers aren't factoring in. We all see and understand that the media is so in the bag for Hillary. I mean, they don't talk about any of her negative. They try to hammer over the same old bullshit. 1995 taxes. But they don't talk about Hillary using the same tax breaks. They don't talk that Hillary's lost huge money. They don't talk as Secretary of State. She was ahead of the Secretary of State, and she lost $6 billion in 1 year. They don't talk about that. They ignore the email. I caught it during the vice presidential debate. Pence brought up about the email, and all of a sudden it was then Kane didn't want to speak, and he whipped around and looked at the moderator. Oh, well, what's the next question? It's staggering the amnesia that the media has gotten. And then some people wonder why. They wonder why the trust in the media is at a record low. It's mind-boggling. What I also see, and it's kind of funny, how the left is now eating itself. And what do I mean by that? Bill Clinton was out campaigning for Hillary, and he had attacked Obamacare. And he was actually making a point for Hillary. He made a point. He made a point for the Republicans. Sorry about that. And now they're saying that he's trying to destroy his own wife's campaign. They can't see how he's attacking Obama on that one. And now that's the new thing, try to attack Obama. And the left's doing it, and Hillary's doing it. She's not standing behind. She's now talking about how bad the economy. You know, 1 minute it's the economy's good, next minute it's bad. Obamacare is good, Obamacare is bad. It's gone back and forth, back and forth. But Bill Clinton went out there and he went after Obamacare. But it's just funny that Morning Joe, MSNBC's Morning Joe co-host Joe Scarborough said former President Bill Clinton was trying to destroy his wife's campaign by criticizing Obamacare while campaigning for his wife, Democrat presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Scarborough said everybody has known, he certainly has told people close, he does not like Barack Obama. He has never liked Barack Obama. But you think he could keep it inside here until after the election? When Bloomberg's Mark Halpern, and right there he's telling Scarborough is telling Bill Clinton to lie about stuff just to get his wife elected. Shut your mouth and lie. The complacency into helping these people lie to get elected, and they think it's a better thing. Makes my head hurt. When Bloomberg's Mark Halpern said that Clinton's campaign was lucky it wasn't worse, Scarborough retorted, how could it be worse? What, tear up a picture of the Pope or Barack Obama? Like, how could it be worse? Before introducing a clip of Bill Clinton calling Obamacare the craziest thing in the world, Scarborough said, here is Bill Clinton trying to destroy his wife's campaign. I tell you, his wife isn't doing anything to help her own campaign. In this next article, see if I got any audio for it. Lisa Rutledge, the 56th Attorney General of Arkansas, and the first woman to hold that office, was on a radio program for Sirius XM satellite. And she was giving her thoughts on the vice presidential debate. And Rutledge declared, I thought if anyone wants to question Donald Trump's judgment, all they have to do is look to the performance of Governor Pence and see the sort of impeccable judgment Donald Trump has when it comes to surrounding himself with smart, intelligent, articulated, caring, compassionate leaders. And Mike Pence shows he is exactly that. Side note, real quick, I've said this about Trump plenty of times. One of the things that helped me get behind him is he knows to surround himself with the best, the smartest. He didn't get where he is in business without surrounding himself with the best. Now, that is a leader. A leader is not someone that thinks he has to be the smartest man in the room, which is one of the downfalls of Obama. That is what's going to make Trump a great leader. A great leader knows, I got to get all these people together. I can't know all the answers. I got to be able to take ideas from other people. And I know everybody thinks they know Trump. And no, his ego is going to get in the way. His ego is about winning. His ego is about succeeding. And he knows he can't do it by himself. And that is what I love. And Mike Pence, and when he picked Pence, I was sitting there going, oh, shit, who's this idiot? I didn't like him. And I still was kind of on the fence about Pence until the debate the other night. And now I'm going, holy shit, that was a brilliant pick. I should not have questioned it. I shouldn't have questioned it. And, well, I did. But let's get back to the article we're talking about. And they go on talking about, it's what has he done in Indiana when he was able to lay out his record, when he wasn't being interrupted in every sentence and every half sentence by Senator Interruptus Kane. Mike Pence showed the kind of leader that Donald Trump will surround himself with, and he laid out the vision that Mr. Trump's presidency will have. Rutledge commended Pence for bringing up issues such as immigration policy and its effort on national security that debate moderators seem unwilling to put on the table. But the point that she makes that is perfect is, let's see, so I hold the same office where those two began their career of corruption, she said, clearly indicating that she does not find the career comparison flattering. Arkansasians know the Clintons best. Donald Trump will win Arkansas by 60-40. If not more. Arkansas is solid in Trump's campaign for president, and it's because we know exactly who Hillary Clinton is. She will lie even when the truth would serve her better. That right there sums up Hillary to a T. That would sum up Hillary perfect. She would lie even when the truth would serve her better. And you can't say that about many people, but Secretary Clinton has shown us time and again, whether it's through Benghazi, whether it's through her private server and the emails, that lying is second nature to her, and that she always puts her own interests above that of her community and now above the country. She is now even saying, I didn't blame a video. She is getting so much negative press about everything with Benghazi. She's now trying to deny that she even blamed a video. This woman doesn't know what the truth is. And it's... Ooh, seems like there's a little cat fight going. Well, I shouldn't say cat fight. Going at Fox. Sean Hannity is lashing out at Megyn Kelly. Saying Hannity says Kelly is clearly supports Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton over Trump. Sean Hannity tweeted to Megyn Kelly, you should be mad at Hillary Clinton. Clearly, you support her, and Donald Trump did talk to you. Because now Kelly's trying to, she's accusing presidential candidate Donald Trump of avoiding interviews with her. He did a huge interview with her not too long ago. In fact, it went on the regular Fox channel, and it was supposed to be something that kicked off her career into a different arena. So he did the interview, and she is just trying to take a cheap shot at Donald Trump. But I don't see Hillary jumping up and doing any interviews with Kelly. Democrat nominee Hillary Clinton's daughter, Chelsea, had a campaign stop in Sioux City, Iowa on Tuesday. It was at a theater. And, well, and 125 people showed up to hear Hillary or Chelsea flap her gums. And that's the thing, everywhere. I shouldn't say everywhere. But all these places they go, and there's no crowds for Hillary. There's no crowds. It's sad. It's embarrassing. She's had to cancel rallies because nobody really signed up for it. I saw the video of one room. They had it set up. It was a huge room. They had to cut it down by 2/3. And that was still half empty. I mean, they had to cut it down because nobody showed up. Nobody's showing up to her rallies. They're trying to blame Ronald Reagan for the economic collapse now. But a lot of experts say that it's NAFTA, which is Bill Clinton's baby, and Hillary has praised that. So she kind of can't walk away or try to blame that because that's her husband's baby. But she's trying to blame Ronald Reagan from the 80s. There's been, 4 presidents since then. The current president kept telling us how he could handle it. Unfortunately, also, guys, I'm going to cut the show short today. Like I've explained, I do have some issues, medical issues. And, seem to be having a flare. It's these damn storms that we're getting in Florida. I'm sitting here, and my back is just locking up, spasming. So I hate to do it, but I'm going to shut the show down early today. And I'll be back tomorrow. It's just I can having trouble even. The muscles cramp up so bad that it's trouble to get a deep breath some days when it happens like this. So I do apologize, but it's beyond my control. So I will be back tomorrow. Thank you for listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and SHR Media.